this is what Gavin Newsom has to say. And this is really what the real story is. Trump is about to steal 20 seats in Congress. That's what the real outrage is.
Yeah.
It's not about, whether or not the voters are, or, the minority voters are being disenfranchised. It's whether or not the Democrats that they're electing are being disenfranchised. And here's another example. If Section 2, this is just some random account. If Section 2 of the VRA is gutted, leading surely to a wave of racial gerrymandering to crack black voters across the South, I will not consider the 2026 midterms fair or democratic at all. The social contract of democracy will be broken.
Of democracy.
And this guy ended up getting ratioed here by yours truly. If my side stops being given free congressional seats, the social contract will be broken. Like, this is where we're at here. And to visualize, I showed you guys this map earlier. This is just one component of a broader redistricting fight that's going on across the entire country. So I want to give you guys some visual illustrations of what's going on here. This is a map of Texas's congressional districts before they redrew their lines earlier this year. And this is according to the 2024 presidential results. Now, what's interesting about this is that there's a couple of seats here that are currently held by Democrats, these in the Rio Grande Valley, this one and this one. And then there's this one that stretches from Austin to San Antonio. There's an extra one in Houston, and then there's an extra one in the Dallas metro area. This is the new map that they just passed in Texas. And you can even just look at the two of them and see visually the difference. The Rio Grande Valley district's got a lot redder. The connecting district between Austin and San Antonio got destroyed. Al Green, you guys know who Al Green is. He's that obnoxious member of Congress that will just stand up there and like shout at the president during the State of the Union until he has to be escorted off the floor by the sergeant at arms. His district became like Trump plus 20. So he's gone.
Bye-bye.
He's gone. The extra Democrat seat in Dallas ended up being drawn out to like Tyler, or at least actually Tyler's down here, but out to East Texas, so she's gone. And so this will flip 5 seats. Well, Texas is not the only state doing this. Missouri did the same thing. This is the old Missouri map, and this is the new Missouri map. So goodbye, Kansas City seat.
Yeah.
And also, Ann Wagner's seat got much redder because Ann Wagner is a counter-signaling subversive who insulted her own rural. Get this. So Ann Wagner, Republican member of Congress, Rhino Republican. When Missouri Republicans were trying to redraw the map, she attacked the legislature and said, privately was saying, I don't want to be drawn into these like hicks out in the countryside because they're crazy lunatics. Those are her voters.
Yeah.
And she was insulting them. And she demanded that she be given more of suburban St. Louis because she's more of a Rhino Republican, even though it made her district bluer and harder for us to hold on to because she was scared about getting primaried from the right. Well, luckily, we rectified that fact and we also cracked the Kansas City district. So we picked up another one from that. And finally, here's California. Here's Gavin Newsom's response. So this is the current map, again, under 2024 presidential lines. And there's that district I told you guys about in Northern California. And so this is the current map. California is retaliating against Texas. And this is what the new map is going to look like. And it's...
That's nuts, too, because Northern California... where
that entire area up there is red.
Yeah. And they're drawing it down to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
These districts, like, the counties up here, again, like the Jefferson area, they're drawing these districts down the Pacific coast all the way to like Marin and stuff, like everything on the north side of the San Francisco Bay from San Francisco. Is like going to be one deep blue district. Same thing with the second. They've cracked the Sacramento metro area to the point that the third district now has been obliterated. And even like the 9th and 13th, which are currently held by Democrats, but Trump narrowly won them. Those have been blown up. And there's 9 current Republican members of Congress right now. And Trump won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seats.
Mhm.
And he almost won 12. There's this one in Orange County.
Yeah.
And this map reduces that 12 to 4.
Yeah.
Actually, technically 5. The 22nd did barely vote for Trump. And so the goal is to flip 5 Republican seats to offset Texas. So they might end up canceling each other out. It might still be a net gain of 1 because we might actually be able to hold on to the 22nd still. Um, so that's what California's up to. And here's where things get really interesting, though, because Kansas is doing the same thing. The legislature in Kansas, which has the votes to override the Democrat governor,
Yeah.
has called a special session for the explicit purpose of destroying the other Kansas City seat on the other, and the Kansas City is interesting because it's half Missouri, half Kansas. So, and Democrats currently hold both on both sides of the state line. They hold congressional seats. Well, Missouri destroyed theirs.
Yeah.
Kansas is about to destroy theirs.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're calling a special session for the explicit purpose of destroying the Democrat-held seat there. Florida is about to do the exact same thing. Ron DeSantis said that if the Supreme Court rules favorably on the Louisiana case, then Florida will redistrict out. They have one majority district in the
Mhm.
South Florida metro area,
Mhm.
and he literally said we will dismantle this district if we
Yeah.
can. Now, what's interesting is Florida's going to redistrict anyway,
Mhm.
regardless of how the court rules, because they think they can get. They're convinced that Hispanics in South Florida have now permanently moved to the right. And a combination of Hispanic migration plus white conservatives that are moving to uh, you know, West Palm Beach and stuff
Yeah.
like that is going to result in them being able to flip 2, potentially 3 districts. So Florida's going to do this. North Carolina has announced plans to redraw their maps as well to eliminate the district there in the northeast corner.
Mhm.
Ohio has intentionally missed a deadline to redraw on purpose because if they miss enough deadlines, then the Republicans in the legislature get to redraw the maps however they want. So this is just a stealth way to eliminate 2 Democrat-held seats in Ohio. You see where we're going with this. Nebraska is going to potentially redraw their first district that Don Bacon's vacating, Don
Mhm.
Bacon being a Rhino Republican who
Mhm.
holds a very blue seat. Well, if they redraw it, we might actually have a shot at holding it. Otherwise, it's going to flip blue.
Yeah.
Indiana seems like that they're likely going to do it. This is the second time now that Vance has spoken to them, and it seems very likely that they're going to redraw at least one, if not both, of the Democrats out.
Mhm.
You see the trend here.
Yeah.
So what this and that doesn't even take into account that the Supreme Court might end up ruling that this second seat in Louisiana is unconstitutional.